Hello everybody, welcome to Binary Alpha Season 1, and this is the class 29 recap Binary Alpha Part 2. So before I start the recap, basically I need to make that statement clear what I actually need. I need 200 people this year, 200 expert Binary Alpha trader this year for my investment plan. I will invest $1 million, and with this $1 million, actually 5,000 per trader. I have budget for per trader basically, and those who are actually qualified, they will able to trade the $5,000, and the 50% profit will be shared per week, and the rest of the 50% will go to Binary Alpha for the development of Binary Alpha and education for the orphanage children education as a donation. And if you fail, what will happen? Basically, if you don't get qualified as a qualified trader, then your investment budget will go to a qualified trader basically, and from that basically that qualified trader will keep the 50% profit himself, and the 50% he will return to the Binary Alpha. So Binary Alpha will actually split the money. 25% will actually goes to you even if you don't trade, because the money actually budget on your head. So you will get 25%, and the rest of the 25% again goes to the orphanage children education. You might be getting happy to see the 25% profit, but I feel sad for you, because if you are not qualified, you might get the profit. Obviously, you will obviously get 25% profit, but I am sad because you are not getting 50%. So I keep that way, because that way you will feel after some time you will feel that you need to learn, and need to utilize your investment, what you are getting from Binary Alpha. So that way you push yourself. That is the psychology, or that is the tricky thing I have done for you guys. So you come back and start learning properly, and then you can utilize your actual budget and trade yourself the money. So that way the system actually go, and that's why I need 200 people, and I hope that we will get qualified 200 people this way. And obviously with so many people's spirit and soul power, we will obviously achieve our goal. And that's the thing, and today we are in actually the recap of Binary Alpha. So now, okay, this is the blackboard, and where we have talked last day about the actual black candle, what is black candle basically. But today we will go a little bit deeper. But one of my students asked me to use the previous candle. Basically, he loved that candle, so I like to create a candle that way for him. But yeah. Okay, I will try my best to create as fast as possible, and I will not bore you guys. So learn how to create the candle, right? So that is our candle came up, and now actually we will go with the bonus, how we will take the bonus and something like that. So first of all, Binary Alpha is special for the bonus thing, because with the bonus we can make a very good profit very faster, because we see the black candle, and after the black candle we will obviously go for the bonus, something like this. Suppose this is a very good level, and we can see that obviously it's a very good level, we can see that, and we have to see that this flag candle is genuine, this flag candle is valid or not. So see this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So with the combination of 5 candle, basically it's a very solid flag candle, because the candle was behind the second moving average, and the first this candle is outside the moving average, and it's break the Kazi high low. So that way, basically in combination, it's a valid flag candle. And if in the middle any candle actually get opposite color in the sell color, so that way the chain will break, and we will not say that this is a valid flag candle. But for now, this is a very solid flag candle, and we can see that there is bonus 1, bonus 2, and after that we can see loss 1, loss 2. So maybe we can able to recover it with the decision 5th logic, or in decision 7th logic, or with the 7th logic or the 5th logic, something like that. But there is a way to apply and see in advance that it will be 7th logic or in decision 7th logic. But there is another part we can. But at this moment we focus on the bonus candle. So after the flag candle, obviously we will go for call, and this is a bonus, and we will go for a call, this is a bonus. But remember, to change the flag candle for a bonus, we must remember that the trend is trend basically. So let's go to the Euro USD full page, and first what we will do. First, before we start seeing the flag candle development, obviously we will try to see the 1 hour chart. This is the very easiest way to find solid trend. So you can see that the trend is at this moment up, whereas the previous day's trend is down. But in this moment, in this hour, the trend is up. You can also say this way, that if you see the candle is white, then the trend is up, obviously. And if you see the 1 hour current candle is basically gray, that way you can say the trend is down. So it's very natural to see the trend is up. So what we expect to see in 1 minute in the flag candle. So after the flag candle, we expect to see some bonuses, right? So it's very easy. But if we see that the trend is down and the candle is gray, so obviously we will not expect to see bonuses. So in 1 minute, obviously, because 1 hour trend is up, so obviously it's very easy to chase this bonus, and we can go for the bonus. But remember, if we see a downtrend in the 1 hour, even the level is up in the 1 minute, we will not chase the bonus because it's not safe. So remember that. So actually this is an advanced theory, but for the recap, we come to this point that when we see in 1 hour the candle is white, and the 1 minute flag candle is white also, and the trend is up also, on that occasion we will obviously go for bonuses. And when we see 7th logic is happening with close to 2 losses, we expect to see indecision 7th logic. Remember, we expect to see indecision 7th logic when the trend is up in the 1 hour chart. But when the trend is down, we expect to see even the level is up in 1 minute, we expect to see 7th logic. But we will recap in the next video. Basically, that is the part video 3. But in level part 2, we are up to bonus. So how we will take bonus? So basically in our dashboard today, there is nothing to show very much, but I will try my best because it's important. So suppose you see Kazi high low break, and obviously in a uptrend you will see that great Kazi high low. So I will try to paint a red Kazi high low that way. So this is our high low is break, Kazi high low is break. Now what we like to see? We like to see, suppose like this, the moving average. Basically, moving average should be like this. when the candle, black candle body or the sequence of the black candle body will be behind the moving average, second moving average, and obviously the main trend line like this, and price is up, so we can say the trend is up, right? And now the body is outside of the moving average and it's break the Kazi high low, then we will chase for a bonus there. But before that, while creation of the black candle in 1 hour, we must see the trend is up. So that's why we will chase the bonus, because in 1 hour the trend is what? Up. So that's why we change the bonus, and obviously it should be level number 2 or level number 3, then we will change the bonus. Unless if it is in level number 1, that's a no. If it is level number 4, that's a no for the bonus. Okay, so it's very easy there way. And see there that in 1 hour, basically, if we go to the MACD and see, this is not a good level to go for this black candle, and see the black candle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's a long, there is a long tail. So with the long tail black candle, don't try to chase the bonus. So now if we go to the 1 hour, see, basically the trend is down, it's okay, the trend is down, but the problem with this is the black candle, basically its level is not a very good level to chase the black candle, whereas in Euro USD it's a very good level and the trend was good also in the 1 hour chart. So that's the difference. See, even the trend is down in 1 hour in USD, the trend is very down, and but the thing is in the level clearation, there is no proper level to trade with this black candle, and obviously this black candle have a very big chain. So try to go for black candle something like where you see a solid black candle, something like, let's go try to find. Suppose this is a solid black candle, right? This is a solid black candle. I don't know on that time what was the trend in the 1 hour, or what is that trend on that particular 1 hour candle. So see, we expect to see bonus. Yeah, we chase for the bonus, but we expect to see, if the bonus didn't work, we lost the candle, but we expect to see the flip logic, because flip logic comes after the black candle. So here what happened is we see a decision flip logic there, and we go for put still now, and we win and recover and stop. So this is a valid black candle actually you need to follow, because this single candle's body was behind the moving average, this candle outside the moving average, and it's break the Kazi high low, and that's very easy to follow black candle. And see this, even this is a very bad level, but see this black candle, it was a qualifying valid black candle, because the body was inside the moving average, outside the moving average, break the Kazi high low 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Even it is the very bad level, but we will not do any bad practice. We will try to trade with the level 2, and this is the black candle, proper black candle to trade. Again, suppose this is level 1, this is level 2, and now what? This is a this is a black candle, but see this black candle, and now see this type of thing. Suppose this is the moving average here. Now see, it's an invalid flip logic, and we are still going for what? We are still going for suppose like call there. But there is a situation, if you are chasing bonus, you obviously keep your mind sharp, because you are chasing bonus. You obviously keep your mind sharp that when you see this type of beginning in a trend line, you can go for a fake push and win. So if you are chasing bonuses, so bonus chasing is very easy, but same way bonus, if you are chasing bonus, you have to keep yourself sharp to sometimes market will try to distract you, but if you are with your mind and draw this type of trend line, you can easily came up with this type of push, and you can easily recover the situation that way. And after suppose seeing two losses, why this candle go up? It looks like a seventh logic to me, but we will recover. We will actually recap the situation in next video. But I know this will not work, because if we push the trend line this way, actually this is the H trend line, so this is the recent trend line, so we know there is a very big gap between there. So it can come down, it can go up, both can happen. But if you are only using the seventh logic and fifth logic for the 5-10 method, obviously you will not get into this type of trade, because this is not safe to play, because I don't know on that situation what was the 1 hour situation. That is the thing you need to remember. Whenever you go for something, obviously try to keep your eye sharp on the 1 hour chart, then what is the current candle situation is going on, and what is the rest of the trend is going on. So that way actually you can get exact thing, and in your chart obviously you can utilize exact theory, exact expectation. Suppose there I can expect indecision. I can expect an indecision because the trend is down. This is a flag candle, valid flag candle. I can expect indecision there, but with the trend line, obviously I can see what is going to happen. So I can see the indecision situation here, and after that I can go for an indecision. Even the big logic is indecision too. So see now the result, because I am expecting indecision there. So it's very easy to win in 1 minute and go for a put in the flag candle direction, and that's why the indecision work, and we recover and stop. So this is a very important issue to understand a flag candle with a 1 hour combination, because it will give you the exact expected scenario in your mind, so you get prepared and react with the situation. Okay, so I like to ask you guys for the valid flag candle and for the bonus chasing. If you guys have some confusion, then Kazi exactly tell me what is the flag candle where we can chase the bonus. So if you guys already understand that very well, but if you guys still in confusion, because it's the recap video, you guys can ask me question if you have. Please, anybody. Nobody has question. But in the late, I don't want to see any emails from Hadi, something like that. Don't ask me the question then. If you understand, just say yes at least. Cause
yes, I understand it very well.
Okay, so again, the thing is, if you want to chase the bonus is very attractive, bonus is very lucrative. If you want to chase bonus, obviously go to the 1 hour chart first and see the trend, with the 1 minute trend, and then when the flag candle create, then you can actually go for the bonus. But in 1 hour, suppose it's a downtrend, okay? It's a downtrend. So remember, follow this. If it is a downtrend in 1 hour and we are in a good level in 1 minute with the upper trend, what we will expect to see? First of all, this flag candle is not safe to chase the bonus, right? And now, if we don't go for the bonus, what we want to see here? This is a question for you guys. What we will see next? Anybody can answer me? Question.
We can see valid 7 logic and valid 6 logic.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because the 1 hour train is down, and we have got a very black candle uptrend in 1 minute, but we are expecting to see, suppose in first candle we expect to see what candle what try to what try to go down. If it is flip logic, it will be like this. Okay, so we want to see a valid flip logic their way, so we can go and change our direction, and we will win on that direction in 1 minute. Remember, if you are using flip logic, always use 1 minute expiry in your broker. But if you are actually want to use seventh logic, proper seventh logic, try to use 2 minutes. But this 2 minutes will be depend on the train line destination. In the train line gap, you must see a gap like this, not like this close gap. So you must see the gap, and also even it is a flip logic like this way, obviously you must see the gap. You don't want to see your train line in this position, so there is no space basically. So that's another part in the next video. But remember again, if the train is down in 1 hour, and in 1 minute if the train is up, so obviously we will try to see a valid flip logic and a valid seventh logic. But now the question is, if 1 hour train is also up, and we see 1 minute uptrend and a valid black candle like this, what we expect to see? There is another question. What we expect to see? What we can see? Hadi, you can answer.
If 1 hour is up and there is a black candle in up direction, we can expect trend is go on, and we expect invalid 7 logic and invalid flip logic.
And also the same way we will change the bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the thing. It's very simple to understand. It's very simple. Some people actually get lost in their mind, but there is the recap. There is the main thing. Very simple, very light knowledge. You know that if the train is up, then in 1 minute the train is up also, then obviously we will change for the bonus. And even if we are lost in the bonus, we expect to see that indecision seventh logic or indecision fifth logic, and we will recover. We will recover in up direction. Obviously, we don't want to see the candle goes down, or for up. We will not seek for a fifth logic. We will not seek for a seventh logic. So this is very simple. And the same way, I am giving the up direction example in the same way. It's very natural that in 1 hour, again in 1 hour, sorry, in 1 hour, if the train suppose is down in 1 hour, and suppose we see something like this. Hold on. The Kazi high low will be what? The Kazi high low will be green, right? And the candle will be black also. So I don't know where did it go. No, not this one. This one, I don't know where did that go. So we expect to see this Kazi high low actually green. Okay, so we expect to see the Kazi high low actually green. So this will be like green color, like this, and now actually what? The main train basically is down. The main train line is like this, and now actually our second moving average basically will be like this, right? And the candle obviously it will be up, and inside the moving average, outside the moving average, break the Kazi high low. Now actually the trend is basically 100% down. The trend is basically 100% down. So now in 1 hour the trend is down. In 1 minute the trend is down also. So we expect we will change the bonus, right? We will change the bonus. But also if it is 1 hour is down and 1 minute is down, we expect to see indecision with logic, and we expect to see indecision 7 logic. And obviously we will whenever we do the 5th logic and 7th logic, we will obviously use the trend line, because that is the trend line will give you the exact pinpoint decision of 5th logic and 7th logic obviously. But we will discuss a little bit elaborately in the next video of part 3, because we need some more time. But this is the basic for a flag candle, in which candle we will change the bonus, and which candle basically in which flag candle will not change the bonus. And now the most important thing is if the flag candle is like this, suppose if the flag candle is like this, and now we have suppose more flag candle, sorry, we have suppose more candle, I will say, trouble with the candle because let's create another one. Okay, suppose you see the combination candle. One candle is outside, inside the moving average, and one candle is outside the moving average. So in the chain, basically we can say this is a flag candle too. But suppose this happened. This is a candle in the same direction and same thing. And now we got another candle like this. The chain, still this is a flag candle. But if this is this in the middle, then this is a white candle. So in this scenario, the chain actually broke and it's like very flag candle. It's very simple. So whenever you are combining the candle for a flag candle, obviously you have to see sequence. But if you see in the middle there is a different candle, so the flag candle is invalid. But if it is like this, it's still okay to say a flag candle. And now, if the 1 hour trend is down, if the 1 minute trend is down, and you got this type of flag candle, Hadi, tell me that will you go for bonus or not?
In this situation, direction of uptrend is the same of the direction of downtrend, but there is a lot of candle in the chain of flag candle. Because of that, we don't chase bonus, but we also expect to going on for trend, and there is some indecision 5th logic and indecision 7 logic, but we don't take bonuses.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we will obviously not chase for the bonus, but we can expect to see for the indecision 5th logic or indecision 7th logic. So I think I have cleared the idea about the flag candle very well, and if you exactly follow today's class about the flag candle, then you will obviously get good bonuses. Obviously with a good level. You must remember, suppose this is looks like a level 1. You have to do all these things in level 2 or level 3, and also in level 4, even the trend is down, even the 1 minute trend is down, you will not try to follow the bonus, but obviously even if you don't follow the bonus, you expect to see indecision 5th logic and decision 7 causing in this scenario. So I think today's class is very clear about the idea of the black candle and idea about the bonuses and idea about what we will expect to see after bonuses basically. Because when we are in the trouble after one bonus or two bonus, then obviously with the proper direction, as we already know in our mind that the 1 hour is down and the 1 minute is down, obviously we will expect to see the indecision obviously. So we can follow the trend and that way we can recover. We don't expect to see the decision, fifth logic, decision 7 logic. If we see that, what we will do? If we see that, we will stop. We will not risk. If we see that. So now, if we are not recovering in the same cycle, we can stop. And there is a knowledge of risk management system, what binary alpha actually follow, what is the split risk management system mean. If we see some weird thing, we will stop, we will not recover ourselves from that situation, but we will stay for a new trend, we will stay for a new setup, and then if all gets set with our decision, take the trade, and obviously by that way we can recover. Don't try to chase a trend what is not doing good with our what is not showing us the proper symptom. So it's better to stay away from that cycle. Even if you got one bonus, two bonus, and you are in a situation with one loss, stop. If you don't see the expectation, so that is the thing you need to follow with the split risk management, where binary alpha is very powerful with that. So with split risk management system, obviously you can see another new setup in another new pair or in the same pair, and then try to trigger that trade there, not in the same cycle. Some people actually get very excited to recover in the same cycle, but you know market will sometimes do some weird thing. So it's better to stay out of this and trigger that trade in another setup, because your mind is not working on that moment. And but that doesn't mean that binary alpha can't recover in one cycle. Yes, binary alpha education set up such a way that it can always recover your cycle, but it takes time to actually adjust or digest the knowledge so it can apply. So as long you are not able to do that fast in one cycle, you can take the split risk management strategy always to make your recovery profitably. But when you are ready, then obviously you will be able to do so. Suppose what happened there? There is a flag candle in unsafe level, and now what happened there? There is a loss and there is a recovered win. So now see another flag candle. Suppose this, what happened there? There is a flag candle. I can say from this, because the mid there is no opposite candle. So there is the flag candle. I go for a call, put. I lost, and now I go for a put and lost, and now I go for a put win. But for this put decision, to stay with the put decision or stay or change the direction, I must know binary alpha full win. So suppose what happened there is, I like to know, or if you like to know, then you obviously have to use the trend line there, and there is no way to draw a proper trend line there. That's why we say this is an unsafe level. Why we can't trade all the time in the any level? Because of that, because there is no way to draw a trend line. But if you want to actually draw the trend line, then you can draw this way, touch this trend line, see. So this trend line actually touch in the middle of there, so we can see a gap. We can see a gap. So what happened is, after two losses there, this black candle actually will change the direction. We will change the direction of the trade. In our direction will get changed, and in 1 minute we will go for call, and in 1 minute we will go for call, and we will recover. So in the same cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4. So after two loss, 3 loss, and we change the direction. Basically, this will be our third loss, because there was the black candle, we are going for down direction, but after 2 loss, obviously we will rethink ourselves and see there is a gap in the trend line and the market wants to go up. And that's why the saddle logic came, and we will go for fall direction, because we have changed, and already we have changed the direction, and we have got our last third loss, because this is our third loss, we have changed. And now in the fourth candle, obviously we are still with the seventh logic, because it's our third loss, and we will not change again our direction, and we go for a call, and that's call actually recover. So exactly we can recover every cycle if we know what we are doing. Suppose this is the black candle, and after this candle go up, and this is a loss, but we can see very easily that this is an indecision fit logic, and we will recap that why this is the indecision fit logic, and that's why we go for a put with the black direction, and we recover and we stop. So there is other thing what is called T flag. After flag we will see the T flag. So obviously we will also bring the T flag in the next video, and we will talk about that, what is the T flag and how to change the T flag. Today we have talked about the black candle and little bit about the fit logic and combination with the seventh logic and little bit with the trend line. But next day we will fulfill the fifth logic, proper fifth logic, proper seventh logic, proper indecision fifth logic, proper indecision seventh logic, and also the T flag actually will be the third video where we will fulfill all the situation, and obviously we will get able to recap very properly, and that's the main thing for binary alpha. Yeah, in the recap we will not go with the money management. Maybe we have talked about the split risk management, but the money management is a very big psychological thing, so we can't recap that way. For that, obviously you guys have to do the live classes with me, because that's the very important thing in trading, career, the money management, real life risk management. That's a very long thing to discuss. It's not possible in recap, but with the binary alpha there is a. So I hope the last class was a little bit longer, but today's class I don't want to share that long unnecessarily. But I think I have fulfilled the situation where I have discussed about the exact black candle, and again I will come back to this mastering binary alpha member who are not actually doing well. At least guys, contact with me. You don't have to become a member of the class or something like that. Just contact with me with your update, so I can see your update, what is going on, what mentality you are going up to, because it's very easy to profit with binary alpha, but in the middle maybe you need some risk management system, you need some proper money management system, what can help you. And obviously don't waste your money, don't burn your money as long as you are not getting the knowledge properly, because it's always better to give your time in the knowledge. Don't trade right now. Try to earn the knowledge fast and then trade, so then it's become easier. Because suppose I have said to one of my mastering binary alpha member while talking that I didn't see a gun in my life front. So the policeman or somebody else actually see the gun in his life, or some sort of gangster see the gun in his life, and he have used the gun in his life. But suddenly, if somebody give me a gun and let me use it, obviously I will start shaking, right? Because of fear. And it's like the same. If you don't have the knowledge, proper knowledge, you don't know how to use the gun, obviously you will get frightened with the gun. But for the gangster or the policeman, it's very easy for him to kill and shoot a person with a gun, something like that. But it's not easy for me to do so, because I don't have that knowledge, I don't have that experience in my life. And that's why with binary alpha, obviously it's very simple for me to use binary alpha in live, but it's not simple for you guys because you are not used to with this. But when you become actually used to with this, it's like the same thing using a gun and shooting a person. So it's like when you have binary alpha, you can shoot the market and make profit. Shoot the market and make profit. That's very easy for you guys then. So my advice to you guys, all of you guys, those who are actually learning little bit about binary alpha, don't just jump on the live trade market, use it in the demo, and at least do some good thing, at least do some profit in your demo, and share with me, and share your thoughts directly with me in the Skype. I have Skype, I have email ID in front of you guys, so take the advantage and talk with me. I hope I will try my best because I need 200 people. Don't feel Kazi is cheap. Kazi is not cheap. Kazi is seeking for people, so that's why Kazi give his time to the Skype. Talk to everybody, whoever it is. But Kazi is not cheap. Kazi is cheap because he want 200 people and he want to invest $1 million. So give the value of my time in the Skype, in the email. Don't just question unnecessary. Some people come to Skype and question, hey Kazi, how much money you have made in your life? What sort of a question is that? I am giving my best time to you guys so I can understand you guys, so I can understand your potentiality, so I can justify myself that yeah, you have the potentiality, so I can invest my money on you guys. And I am doing this very honestly, and all my season 1 students know that. And even if there is some doubt in their mind, obviously I have nothing to do with that, but I am trying my best. And I hope this way I am trying my best to spread the knowledge and I will get my goal, and obviously you will also achieve your goal that way. Another thing is season 1 and season 2 and season 3 student, maybe that way we will get our 200 people, and obviously the new season student will become professional, and obviously they will push the experienced season student, so they become their co-trader, and that way actually you guys will achieve your $1 million goal. Only one single person after earning the knowledge of binary alpha will take some time to make that goal. And I expect to see every student of my member area making the $1 million goal at least with binary alpha, because if I want to see that this year at least 10-20 people, obviously I have to give them some co-trader, and those co-trader actually push that senior trader to make his goal. And obviously as you are the co-trader, obviously you get co-trader behind yourself too. So that way you will also achieve your goal. It's a very good community, it's a very honest community, I can say myself, because I am promising, and my season 1 students are promising. So that way I think obviously we will achieve our goal and nobody can stop us. And as long we are honest, obviously we will see some good result that way. So take care now, and hope to see you in the next class. And obviously again, please contact with me, communicate with me, and clear your thoughts, and obviously at least give some time in your knowledge and do some good